Great. Mr. Obi, critics have accused you of not building schools during your tenure as governor of Anambra State. Can you elaborate on the initiatives that you implemented to improve the educational systems in Anambra during your tenure? And why do you think there's this misconception that's obviously being floated around?
I actually built a lot of, they said building schools. I don't know whether building schools or building infrastructures in school. I don't know what they actually want. If you look at what I've done, I've actually built a lot of schools.
Mr. Peter Obi built 200 primary school blocks. He donated the sum of 300 million naira to Anglican churches and 440 million naira to Roman Catholic churches to rehabilitate their missionary schools.
But I don't need to answer that. If they read my manifesto, before I became governor, Anambra State was very low in education. In fact, schools were closed for 2 years. People did not go to school. We were low in rating. And while I was there, when I came, if you read my manifesto, what I told you now was areas where I said I'm going to deal with. And we moved from 20-something in number to number 1.
This boosted the student performance from the 26th position in Nigeria to the 1st position.
Go and get, even today, go and get even cut-off point. Anambra is the highest. But number 1 to today. You know, maybe.
What were the specific, what reforms that you implemented to achieve that you think that can?
All the schools, we have about 500 secondary schools. Let me start with secondary schools. All the 500 secondary schools had what I can call computerized.
Anambra State is the first state in Nigeria to distribute more than 30,000 computers to secondary schools.
We had buses.
Mr. Peter Obi distributed about 700 buses to secondary schools in Anambra State.
We had support in terms of teachers. Look at the infrastructures. Look at what is happening with them. Ensure that they have things that is required for learning. And as I can go on and on, no school, as at the time, maybe it's happening now, no state, I can say categorically in Nigeria, where you were able to equip the schools the way we did. No state. No state will you say the schools had brand new buses too. No place when we bought our computers, desktop, everything from HP, which is still there, as at the time, they said no government in Africa have bought this quantity from them. In fact, a vice president for Africa and Middle East came. The day we launched it, they will give it away to schools. A university, I built a university college campus in a place called Ibarian from the scratch, cutting the forest.
During his tenure, he gave 1 million naira each to more than 160 first-class graduates.
When I started, we didn't have a state library. I built one. There in Oka, you can go and see.
To promote reading culture in the state, he went ahead to build a well-equipped library known as Prof. Kennedy DK Library, Oka.
These are things that are, I'm telling you the things that are verifiable. You can go and see it. So when somebody comes and says, oh, you didn't build a secondary school. Why do I have to build a secondary school? When there's secondary school all over the place, that we are in bad shape and I go and build a new one. That is the problem of Africa. That is the problem because there's corruption. Because people want to start their own. If you want, there's so many existing ones. Anambra is not a place where you go and say, oh, there's no secondary school. There are secondary schools all over the place. But they were in bad shape. Their structures, everything has collapsed. Things are not working. It's nothing. So I needed to rebuild them.
He also rehabilitated the divisional library in Onitsha.
And I reviewed them. I was having killed about hundreds of secondary schools, but I didn't need to. So I know what every community needed, and I provided them. They have secondary schools, visited the secondary school, saw it, saw what they did, and tried to do something.
And gave 500,000 naira to each secondary school in the state to provide library materials.
So I don't need to do it. Even at that, there's some new ones that were set up while I was there. And I supported it, and I can show, and I can say, we did this in education. And to prove it, we became number one.
The first position.
If you go to the secondary schools today, they still tell you, we still did this, we still did this. And since I left over 10 years ago, it's still the same vehicle that I gave them. It's still the same. So, what else will I do?
Nigeria stand up, Nigeria stand up, join me say, yeah, what a grace.